Have you ever wondered what your dog thinks in the exact second you walk out the door? Not what they do after you leave, but what they understand before the house even goes quiet. Because for a dog, your departure does not begin when the door closes. It starts earlier in tiny signals you probably do without noticing. The shoes, the keys, the way your voice changes, the rushed energy in your body. Dogs are experts at reading patterns. They may not understand time the way humans do, but they understand sequences. They know that when you pick up a certain bag, move toward a certain door, or stop giving them eye contact in that particular "I'm leaving now" way, something is about to change. Their brain begins preparing for your absence before you even say goodbye. And this is where it gets emotional. Your dog is not just reacting to the door, they are reacting to the loss of access to you, to your smell, your voice, your movement, your attention, your presence. In their world, you are not just a person who lives in the house. You are the center of safety, predictability, and connection. So when you leave, the whole emotional temperature of the home changes. The first thing your dog notices after you leave is not loneliness, it is silence. The house suddenly stops behaving like it does when you are there. No footsteps, no small sounds from the kitchen, no voice from another room, no movement to track. For humans, silence can feel peaceful. For dogs, especially dogs deeply bonded to their owners, silence can feel like uncertainty. Some dogs respond by going to the door and waiting. Others walk from room to room, as if checking whether you somehow moved to a different part of the house. This is not random behavior, it is a search pattern. Their mind is trying to solve a simple but painful problem. The person I rely on was here, and now they are not. What makes this so powerful is that dogs are social animals. Their nervous system is built around attachment, routine, and group awareness. In a family environment, you become part of their pack structure. So when the door closes and everything goes still, your dog is not just bored. They may be trying to emotionally reorganize themselves in a space that suddenly feels incomplete. Before we go deeper, take a second to subscribe to the channel if you love understanding what your dog feels but cannot say. Because once you start seeing these small behaviors differently, you never look at your dog the same way again. Not every dog reacts the same way when left alone. Some dogs curl up and sleep. Some stare at the door for a while, then settle. Others bark, cry, pace, scratch, chew, or become frantic. The difference is not about how much the dog loves you. A calm dog does not love you less, and a panicked dog does not love you more. The difference is usually emotional regulation. A dog that feels secure has learned through repeated experience that your absence is temporary and survivable. Their brain has a memory bank of you leaving and coming back. That history teaches their nervous system, "This feels uncomfortable, but I am safe." So they may miss you, but they do not collapse emotionally. A dog with separation anxiety experiences your absence differently. For them, being alone can trigger real distress. Their body may release stress signals as if something dangerous is happening. That is why punishment never fixes it. A dog destroying a pillow or barking for an hour is not trying to get revenge. They are trying to discharge panic from a body that does not know how to calm itself without you. Your dog lives in a world made of scent. While humans often remember people through faces and words, dogs experience emotional closeness through smell. Your scent is on the couch, the blankets, your clothes, the floor, the door handle, even in the air for a while after you leave. To your dog, the house is filled with invisible pieces of you. That is why many dogs sleep on their owner's clothes, curl up on their side of the bed, or rest near shoes. It is not only because those objects are soft or familiar, they carry your scent signature. For a dog, your smell can work almost like an emotional anchor. It tells them, "This person belongs here. This place still contains them." But this can also make absence more complicated. Your scent is present, but you are not. The dog's brain receives a strange contradiction. Everything smells like you, yet you cannot be found. For some dogs, that scent is comforting. For others, especially anxious ones, it may keep the longing active. It is like hearing someone's voice in another room, but never being able to reach them. A lot of owners think a dog is fine alone because nothing dramatic happens. No barking complaints, no destroyed furniture, no accidents on the floor. But stress in dogs is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet. A dog may lick their lips repeatedly, yawn when they are not tired, pace in small circles, stare at the door, refuse food, or lie down without truly resting. There are dogs who spend hours in a state that looks calm from a distance, but their body is tense. Their ears shift at every sound. Their eyes remain alert. They do not fully sleep because part of them is waiting for your return. This kind of waiting can be easy to miss because it does not create a mess, but emotionally, the dog may still be carrying a heavy load. This is why cameras sometimes surprise owners. They discover that their dog does not simply nap all day. The dog waits, listens, moves, checks, settles, gets up again, and repeats the cycle. And if this made you think of something your own dog does when you leave, comment it below. Sometimes the smallest behavior tells the biggest emotional story. When you are not home, your dog often tries to create a smaller version of safety. Some dogs choose one spot and stay there for hours. It may be a bed, a corner, the couch, a crate, or a place near the door. This is not always laziness. Sometimes it is self-protection. The dog is reducing the world to one predictable area because too much empty space can feel emotionally confusing. Other dogs use objects. They carry toys, sleep on blankets, chew something familiar, or stay close to anything that smells like you. These behaviors are attempts to regulate emotion. A dog does not think, "I need a coping mechanism," but their body searches for comfort anyway. The same way a child may hold a blanket, a dog may press into a pillow that carries the smell of the person they trust most. And then there are dogs who monitor the house. They sit by windows. They listen to hallway sounds. They react to cars, footsteps, voices, elevators, gates, or keys. They are not just being nosy. They are trying to predict your return. Their brain is collecting clues because the moment you come back is the moment the emotional tension finally breaks. This is where many owners get confused. A dog following you around does not automatically mean separation anxiety. A dog being excited when you come home does not automatically mean separation anxiety. Dogs are social, affectionate, and highly routine-driven. Wanting to be near you is normal. Missing you is normal. Celebrating your return is normal. Separation anxiety is different. It is not simply love. It is distress that becomes too big for the dog to manage. The dog may panic when you prepare to leave, become unable to settle after you go, vocalize intensely, scratch doors, drool, tremble, refuse food, or act as if your absence is a crisis. The key difference is not affection. It is whether the dog can recover emotionally while alone. And this truth matters because romanticizing anxiety can harm the dog. Some people say, "He destroys things because he loves me too much." It sounds sweet, but it misses the pain underneath. Love should not feel like terror. A secure bond teaches the dog, "My person leaves, but my world does not end." That is the balance every owner should try to build. The moment you come home can look almost theatrical. The jumping, spinning, crying, tail wagging, running in circles, grabbing a toy, pushing their body against you. To a human, it may feel like a cute greeting. To the dog, it may be the emotional release of everything they held while you were gone. Your return restores the pattern. The house becomes whole again. Your voice comes back. Your smell becomes fresh again. Your movement fills the rooms. The nervous system that was waiting, listening, or holding tension finally gets proof. They came back. That is why some dogs seem overwhelmed for the first few minutes. Their body is not just happy, it is discharging anticipation. But here is the subtle part. How you return can shape how your dog experiences future departures. If every reunion becomes extremely intense, some dogs learn that absence builds into an emotional explosion. A calmer greeting, without ignoring affection, can help them understand that leaving and returning are normal parts of life, not emotional emergencies. This may be the hardest truth. Your dog can learn patterns, routines, and signs. They may know that you often return after work, after errands, or when the light outside changes. But they do not understand your calendar. They do not know that you will be back at 6. They cannot check the clock and reassure themselves with logic. That means every absence contains a small uncertainty. For a secure dog, that uncertainty is tolerable. For an anxious dog, it can feel endless. This is why a short absence can sometimes trigger a huge reaction. The dog is not measuring minutes the way you do. They are measuring emotional distance. And for some dogs, once you are unreachable, the body reacts as if the separation has no clear ending. This is the part that breaks your heart, but it should not make you feel guilty. Guilt alone does not help a dog. Understanding does. Your dog does not need you to never leave. They need you to help them feel safe when you do. The goal is not to erase absence from their life. The goal is to teach their nervous system that absence does not mean abandonment. The first step is to make leaving less dramatic. Long emotional goodbyes can accidentally tell your dog something big and painful is about to happen. A calm exit teaches a different message. Put on your shoes, pick up your keys, and leave with gentle normality. Not cold, not rushed, just steady. Dogs borrow emotional information from us, and if your energy says danger, their body may believe it. The second step is to build independence while you are still home. Many dogs only practice separation when the owner actually leaves, and that is too hard. Teach your dog to rest in another room for short moments. Reward calm behavior. Let them experience tiny separations that end safely. Over time, the brain learns, I can be away from my person and still be okay. And finally, give them predictability. A comfortable resting place, safe enrichment, familiar scents, and a routine that does not feel chaotic can make a real difference. Some dogs may need professional help, especially if the anxiety is intense. But the heart of it is this: your dog is not trying to control your life. They are trying to feel safe in a world where the person they love can suddenly disappear behind a door. So when you come home today, look at them a little differently. Like the video, subscribe for more insights into the hidden emotional world of dogs, and share this with someone who has no idea how deeply their dog feels their absence.